To be honest, before I started to go to my middle school, before the age of 15, I just felt like everyone was the same in my primary school. Yeah, sure, you could argue that we were just like 15 years old and we didn't have anything sorted out in life yet. We didn't have anything going on in our lives. We didn't go outside. We didn't, all we did all day was just play video games and scroll through TikTok and YouTube and other social media. But then something interesting would happen if you looked past the majority of people. You would notice that one of my friends used to do judo, the other one used to play the guitar, the other one used to play football in his free time, the other one used to play basketball, and none of these people would talk about these kinds of topics when they were together. That means that when I, with my interests of history, of space, for example, would come in there, I would have no one to talk about with these topics because all that they would be talking about was just gossiping of, making memes, just talking about random bullshit on social media, just talking about CSGO and other of these games. And I just found that very weird. Like, yeah, sure. Of course, they weren't real friends, as I know right now. They were just, being friends to pass the time. But that really made me sad, because the way that they acted, it made me seem as I was part of them, of being easily replaced people, when in reality that wasn't the case whatsoever. Even just at the age of 12, I already had a lot of value that I could have shared with anyone, whether it came to history or space or in physics, it didn't matter. I was already quite proficient on those kinds of subjects, but I still felt very, easily replaceable. And I used to ask myself the question, if I wasn't here, would anyone care? Like genuinely anyone? Because the way that because the way that I saw everyone back then, everyone was just the same. All they care about was just how good you were at certain video games, how good you were at knowing memes and making others laugh with your jokes. And that made me really depressed for a certain period of my life. Yeah, sure, I had friends back then, but all they talked about was just those kinds of topics. They would gossip, they would, do all of these feminine activities and talk about bullshit just to pass the time. And I felt just lost. And this continued even longer. This very dark thought of not being here anymore and not anyone caring about me started being really proficient in middle school because when I started to go to this new school, no one knew me there, of course. uh, like instead of that old school where everyone, almost the entire town knew me, right now I had no one, genuinely no one from my hometown went to that new middle school of mine. I had genuinely no soul in there. I was all alone in there. But over time, of course, I still made some friends and I still keep in touch with them from time to time. Yeah, sure, we don't have the exact same goals, so I don't really have that much to talk about with them in common. But still, I like to talk to them just for the sake of it. And they like me too because I'm a really nice person and I'm also very smart. that's that's what they said by the way. So I'm not trying to pull anything out of my ass, but yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say. It just felt like everyone was the same for most of my life. Yeah, sure, they were just talking about those kinds of topics just to please each other. But that was basically the thing that I just couldn't understand. They had all of these values that they could share with me. So why don't they do that? Why won't we grow each other as classmates? Like I spent 6 hours every single day with these people in primary school, and they couldn't tell me a single line of value for the entire day. Honestly, that was just pathetic and made me disappointed at them for most of my life. But eventually, as I grew older and older, I grew from 15 to 16, I started to get new desires. And these desires went heavily against the majority, against the education system, against the goals of the normal 99% of people. And of course, they were very deep and very authentic from me. They were like playing some kind of a musical instrument, doing some kind of a martial art, learning new languages. Those were the things that I really wanted to achieve. And yeah, sure, I could have networked with them, but all that they would be talking about was just video games. So I just decided to level up on my own journey, and I decided to say fuck you to them. And so, thus, I started my self evolution journey in summer of 2023. And ever since then, I have not been able to relate with them whatsoever. All that they talk about is just video games, even until this day. And even if I try to talk to them about those kinds of life lessons, like for example, my insight about the subconscious mind, for example, or about the martial arts that I do, which is boxing, or some kind of an Italian, for example, they just don't care a single bit. But that's okay, because right now I found a new group of people that appreciate me even more. Whether it is this clan, you that is watching this video right now, or some kind of other online communities where I'm active on pretty frequently. You see, the feeling of being easily replaceable can be easily fixed by finding the right people. I know that you may be trying to fix those bonds because you know those people from primary school for like 10 years now, and they've known you ever since you were like in the diapers, but I know. I know that it's hard to let go. But in order to grow, you must be able to sacrifice someone. And so you must find new people that are genuinely authentically aligned with your goals. And you find these specific people by literally going against the majority. By literally where the majority goes, you literally turn around and you go the other way. 99% of people will eat an Oreo cookie, but you won't. 99% of people will go to university, and not just some kind of a professional one. I'm talking like some average one most likely. So you will avoid that, or you will basically like put in more of the discipline. You will start to wake up at 5 a.m. just to be more disciplined, to have a greater work ethic, to have a better willpower, not to succumb to video games and other instant pleasureful activities, so that you could get to a better high school, for example. You will do all of those things. You will always go against the majority. Because do you think that the 1% of people truly follow the things that they preach to the 99% of people? No, brother. It is just a huge chess game. Do you think that the people that come up with those popular memes that are popular in TikTok from time to time, you know, those that really hit, like Skibidi Toilet, for example, is something that I can think of off the top of my mind. Do you think that the creator's name is the fuck boom? Do you think that the fuck boom will show it to his children? Do you think that he would genuinely, when he would be putting them to bed, do you think that he would be showing them Skibidi Toilet as bedtime stories? You're you're fucking wrong, brother. He would be literally showing them cartoons about cryptocurrencies, about how to network with people, about how to find your purpose in life, about how to find your genuine passions, and how to go against the majority in the first place. He won't be giving them these instant pleasureful activities. He would be giving them the activities that bring them pain right now, but not like in a physical way, of course. I'm talking like a mental, challengeful way, and delayed pleasure. Those are the things that you must embrace. And so you must be okay with the fact that this stage of your life will last months. It will take you months before you truly realize what type of what types of things do you want to put most of your efforts into, whether it is a martial art or a musical instrument or anything that will separate you from the 99% of people. And let me tell you, when you actually work on this craft, let me tell you. And this is very powerful. And you cannot fuck this up whatsoever. When you focus on the craft, the people will come to you. You won't have to come to the people that will appreciate you. They will come to you. That's right. Because like when you start to learn from YouTube videos, suddenly one day 3 months later, after you've been mastering boxing every single day for 10 minutes, you will suddenly get a video recommended in your feed with this new self-improvement community that is really booming right now, and you join it, and those people in there are completely and authentically aligned with you. They completely are the physical embodiment of all of your interests. They are basically like 100% copies of you. That is exactly what will happen to you. You just need to put in the efforts over a period of weeks, months, or possibly even a whole year. Doesn't matter. The longer it lasts, the better the benefits will be. And let me tell you, these people will make you feel like you're irreplaceable. Because you'll truly be. You won't just be a droplet in a sea full of normies, but you'll be a huge ass drop in a water puddle. You know, in a regular puddle, like after it rains. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say by that analogy is that you will no longer be an average in a huge sea of normal people, but you will be a part of something that is way more quality. But there is way less of it, but that is always the better thing. So go against the majority, find some new interests for you that you will start to master each and every single day. And one last thing, be delusional. Okay? So just always when you think about the end result that you want to achieve, whether it is success in that martial art or anything, just imagine yourself and let that feeling truly resonate with you, already having the benefits of you achieving the goal. Of course, I'm not saying that you should start acting like that. Like you said something, like you talk about stuff like, oh yeah, I beat the number one guy in our local city in a boxing competition, I'm the best. You just live with that feeling until that feeling manifests in your life. That's how it truly works, and it is very powerful. When you align your frequency with the low frequencies that are in this world, you will be easily replaceable. But when you align your frequency to something higher, to something more quality, then you won't be replaceable whatsoever. That is something that you should remember for the rest of your life. And the way that you achieve these higher frequencies is when you literally go against the majority. You literally take the opposite directions that they take. Okay? This is how you will no longer be replaceable. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true, blood bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life lesson that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there is no tomorrow. Then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you will find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description and get yourself a free book about mindfulness, comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and in the short term by maintaining your mental health and bring you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life changing, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you